All right, guys. So, guys, listen. This is what we're gonna do. I want to talk about this video that was shared by our brother. Um, before let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, I want to share this video of our brother. He's on TikTok, Share Abo, as you guys can see here. He's on Facebook as well, Share Abo. He shared this video that we've all seen is making rounds on social media. From Sierra Leone. Everybody has seen this video. It's very devastating, about the KUSH. But this is my brother's page on TikTok, and I want to share with you all so that you guys will know where I'm coming from. You see, because this drug epidemic in Sierra Leone is very concerning. And it's time, for us to say enough is enough. The thing in Sierra Leone is, I don't know when enough is going to be enough. That is the fundamental question, and that is the problem that we all have, because I don't know when enough is going to be enough. Because the thing is this Kush drug epidemic has been going on since Marabio came to power. You know, um, the very onset of Marabio coming into power, that's when this Kush thing started. So let me play this video because I want to talk about two topics. I want to talk about this video, and I also want to talk about this other video of this lady, the 21-year-old who who this judge was having an affair with. I mean, she's grown, consent and everything, but we're going to focus on the subject matter itself, what the case is all about. The fact that this man abandoned him completely, decided not to take care of her and the baby, abandoned the baby, the lady completely, right? So I'm going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to talk about Chiabo's video that is on TikTok, and it has to do with this Kush epidemic that we've all been dealing with. All right. So when you look at this video, it's very devastating for sure, right? And let me just show you guys this.
Sierra
I'm gonna
Leoneans,
play
una
this
watch this
video. I
video
want you all
till
to
the
listen to
end.
this.
Una listen
Okay.
carefully. Una watch the video. Share this video, Sierra Leoneans. Share this video. Let everybody see. Good day to everyone. Sierra Leoneans, una watch this video till the
Let's
end.
start
Una
from the top.
listen
I want you all to listen
carefully.
to it.
Una watch the video. Share this video, Sierra Leoneans. Share this video.
All right.
Let everybody see. Una listen carefully. Una watch.
Leone, wetin make dey carry Leone? Eh? Ah, the boss say come o. Waka find the car. Hey, you abeg wait. Wait o. Keep over under, keep over under. They say one die, one ten. Hey, pull your under. No can give that man trouble. Come on. They say one die, one ten. The foot so rotten. The hand they don't rotten. They say one die, one ten. They carry Leone street. They say in one die, one ten. Don't get with life. They don't all two the foot and get pended. The hand they all two rotten. They say don't get with life. Una see how this thing dey damage God image, God in creation, and in this thing, people don't get money. No go take machine for can turn with raw material to finish product. We buy pikin and then they kill so. This get two penda. Now I say let us kill am one ten. Na driver they one can give problem so. They say let us kill am. The cushion get two penda na foot. He get penda na hand back. He say let driver they can kill am one ten let die. Can you imagine? We sit on the watch. We sit on the watch. People that they damage the image of God. We dey take and make drama. This man don't call it on a grow now. He say he want die. Let me talk kill her one time. Una let be proactive. Look this other one. All two foot up Garrett pendana get. This is the firm problem. Now big trouble with the first soul to God. We dey sit down picking and they die. Then God in creation they destroy. We need to try for fair way for eradicate this poison in this country. Look what boy picking a first for die. They say let me talk banga na middle street carry also. Look at. He hand get penda, and foot get penda. He don't give up with life. But they are not try to eradicate this thing. When they destroy God image. Now God is the challenge show. God now the challenge. You can't something when they damage life. Now see now no find solution to this problem. Look how boy picking the drum. He don't get penda all over him for him body. For let people and benefit some more for their own selfish interest. Now you don't call it though. He say let us kabanga. He say I don't block traffic. He say let die one time. Can you imagine? Una don't find solution for this thing. This na God the image na they destroy. So do you see people in picking now that come they cry so.
Sierra Leoneans, una watch
You
the
know,
video
guys.
till the end. Una listen
On all don't see
carefully.
this,
Una watch
right?
the video.
Everybody has seen this. If you are not from Sierra Leone, this is this drug that you guys would have heard about that is devastating West Africa currently, as far as we know. KUSH, but it's prevalent in Sierra Leone. And we've seen a lot of, cases of KUSH, for the past 4 years, killing our people. I mean, it's affecting the whole country. I mean, I'm talking about police officers, I'm talking about military officers. All of these people are using KUSH. And the government, unfortunately, that has the power to be able to stop stuff like this, they are not doing anything to stop it. But in fact, a lot of people say folks that are really supportive of this government are being protected by the government because of the billions of leones that these people are making out of the drugs, of Kush in Sierra Leone. So this is what is actually happening. This is a nation where we have a bunch of leaders who don't care about the citizens of that country. They don't care about Sierra Leone's reputation. They don't care about the name of Sierra Leone. But they're perambulating across the globe, including the president and the opposition. This is not a Madabio problem alone. This is an opposition problem. This is a Sierra Leone problem. We have opposition for a reason. And unfortunately, the opposition, they've not been able to act as a serious opposition. I mean, these are guys that won an elections. They said we won the elections, but we don't want our victory. So this is what we have going on. This video is just one of many. I can go into my archives. I decided to share Tiago's page so you guys would see exactly what I'm talking about. But there are tons and tons of these videos, and it's damaging the reputation of Sierra Leone globally because Sierra Leone is now the hub. It's considered the hub, the central point of distribution. I mean, we all know countries like the Gambia, we know like Senegal, we know Guinea. All of these countries, they don't tolerate this nonsense. So it is only in Sierra Leone that the leadership of the country has not been able to put their foot down and say enough is enough. But when you travel to these other West African countries, we know Gambia, this, Muslim dominated country. Senegal, of course, zero tolerance for, Guinea, Conakry, Mamadi Doumbouya, zero tolerance for the distribution of drugs. And they don't take it lightly when they catch dealers, users, and all of that of the drugs. But in Sierra Leone, there is this clemency, there is mercy and for the distributors and the drug dealers. And the youths of Sierra Leone are dying. This is what I'll tell you all. What is actually happening in Sierra Leone? The reason why this government is condoning the proliferation of this drug called KUSH in Sierra Leone is one, to strip the power from the youth, from the young people in that country, so that they will not be able to create a resistance against what is actually happening, the corruption, the level of abuse, human rights abuse, civil liberties being abused, political rights being abused, the fact that we have elections where the results don't matter anymore. If the young people are sober headed, this government knows. And I'm giving you historical facts because go back to the SLPP. This government is all SLPP as a political party is always known for bringing drugs into Sierra Leone at an epic proportion. We had Brown Brown back in the days of SLPP in 1996. You all know about the advertisement that was going on when the government was trying to create a certain level of awareness for young people not to. And they had this whole thing about where this guy was saying, I did see me mama like fall, like me head they scatter, things like that. My head is getting scattered. I can see my mom; she looks like a chicken to me. Because that's what drugs does to people. But this SLPP is always the political party when they're in power. Drugs becomes a thing in the society, and it's not controlled until a government comes again. Another government comes and clean that up. It's not to say the APC party was a saint, but at least when it comes to the dominance, the proliferation, the saturation of these drugs in the country, the SLPP predominantly, they embark on all of these activities because it's a matter of making money. And let me take you to this. The president of Sierra Leone currently, who is currently very illegal as well, Julius Marabio, is providing safe haven for the most dangerous drug criminal, even though the Netherlands, Holland, the Amsterdam, they've asked for the extradition of this guy, Boleos. He is in Sierra Leone. That's his name. Joseph Lyticus. It goes by Boleos. Now he's Omar Sharif. That's the name that he has on his passport in Sierra Leone because the government, I'm talking about the police, the anti-drug agency, the military, all of these people are part of the trade because there is so much money involved. And this guy is actually dating the president's daughter, a lady called Agnes Bio, who's currently representing Sierra Leone at the United Nations, which of course she has to be kicked out of the United Nations because, again, we don't know if she's smuggling drugs to the United Nations or why she's there. to provide solace and comfort for herself and her husband or whatever the case is, but she has to be kicked out of the United Nations. That is a mission that we're going to work on. But the fact is, this government is actually on this drug thing. They are responsible for it. The opposition is not doing anything about it either, because all of them are getting their own cuts from these distribution of these drugs in the country. Because otherwise, the opposition would have mounted like a serious protest in that country to make sure that the government hears them loud and clear to say enough is enough of this proliferation. Again, look at this video one more time and tell me that this is okay. Listen to this video one more time.
Share
This is sad for our country. Listen to this.
this video, Sierra Leone. Share this video, let everybody see. Una listen carefully, una watch.
Leone, wetin make dey call Leone? The boss say come o, waka find the car. Hey, you abeg wait. Wait o, keep over under, keep over under. They say one die one ten. Hey, pull your under. No can give that man trouble, come on. They say one die one ten. The foot so rotten, the hand they don't rotten. They say one die one ten. They call it on a seat. They say in one die one ten. Don't get with life. They don't all two the foot and get pended. The hand they all two rotten. They say don't get with life. When I see how this thing they damage God the image, God in creation, and in this thing, people don't get money. No go take machine for can turn with raw material to finish product. We buy picking and then they kill so. This you get two penda. Now I say them must kill her one ten. Now driver they one can give problem so. They say them must kill him. The KUSH young girl two penda na foot. They get penda na hand back. He say let driver they can kill her one ten let die. Can you imagine?
You know, guys, I'll tell you this. We've seen the youths of Nepal. Now, Madagascar, currently, there's an ongoing protest in Madagascar. The people are protesting for why? Because they are tired of blackout. They're tired of the electricity, troubles in the country. There is no electricity. And this is what we've been saying. And in Sierra Leone, for 7 years, the opposition and the ruling government have come together, to destroy that country. And that is what we're saying. And, unfortunately, they've used drugs. Look at the youths of Madagascar. I want you guys to see this, right? These are the youths of Madagascar. I'm going to let you guys see this video and see how the youths of Madagascar are protesting.
Madagascar's capital on Monday for a third round of youth-led protests over water and power cuts. Many are calling for the government's resignation. Inspired by the so-called Gen Z protests in Kenya and Nepal, the demonstrations are the largest Madagascar has seen in years, and the most serious challenge President Andry Rajoelina has faced since his re-election in 2023. Authorities declared a dusk-to-dawn curfew on Thursday after protests in the capital Antananarivo turned violent. The latest protests came after Rajoelina said on Sunday he would thoroughly review and reform the governance in the country.
So this is what is actually happening. All right, guys? This is what is actually happening. In Madagascar, the youths have taken to the street. Why? Because they're not into drugs. They are focused. They know what they want. They're demanding more. But in Sierra Leone, unfortunately, the drugs has taken over the country. The young people that have the vibrancy, they have the strength, they have what it takes to actually stand up and protest for their future and for generations yet unborn. Unfortunately, they are not capable of protesting anymore. Of course, the mothers and fathers, they've given up. The suffering continues. The young people that would be in a position to ask questions, they have been incapacitated by the proliferation of drugs of Julius Maada Bio, who is the president of Sierra Leone, who has failed to protect the young people from this proliferation of the drugs across Sierra Leone. That is the reality and that is the fact. And that is what I want you guys to understand. And that is what I want you guys to know, that enough is enough. We cannot belabor this point. We've said it again and again and again. We keep talking about it. Unfortunately, it's like nothing is being done, about this. So that is the problem that we have. And enough is enough. We, the people of Sierra Leone, we have a responsibility to say, when, we can put an end, to this foolishness. It is up to us to put an end to this foolishness. But the mothers are there, the fathers are there. You know, they are watching this. All hopes are gone. You know, it's just sad. It's just sad, and I don't know what else to say when it comes to the reality. But Sierra Leone is just praying at this point, I guess, for somebody to come and liberate them. And civil societies are gone; they don't care. Religious leaders, they're sitting there watching this. Pastors, imams. Yet the people, the same people, continue to go to churches and mosques and giving them their monies. But yet these guys that have the responsibility to protect democracy in Sierra Leone, they've decided not to. You know, so now I'm going to switch to another topic real quick because I don't want to spend much time on this. There's this case of Edwina Awa Jamiru. You've all heard about her case. So I want to switch to our case and play this for you guys so that you guys will see, you know, what I'm talking about. But this is Edwina, and I'll give you guys updates on this matter because, of course, it has garnered so much, you know, attention from the public, and now the government is taking action. But if you've ever heard about this, you've never heard about this case of Edwina, who's a 21-year-old, I want you to listen to this. Listen to her.
My name is Edwina Awajamiu. I'm Justice Mamoja Stevens' baby mama. Justice Mamoja Stevens has been doing a lot of bad things to me in this country. Got me pregnant, gave birth to the baby, raped me, took my belongings, and I reported the matter to the police, but they are taking it light with him because he's a judge. He abuses his powers as a judge. Him raping me, beating me up, doing all those things to me, offended me a lot. And I reported the matter to the police, and he didn't do anything because he's a judge. But the fact that he is stopping me from going to the court at Shakastini Street, I try to go there. He orders the security not to allow me in, as if his father or himself is the owner of that court. That's one thing I'm against. Justice Mamoja Stevens should not stop me from going to the court. The court is not his personal property. He's even stopping me from going to Frobe College, which is very, very wrong. Frobe College is not his personal institution. His father didn't build that university for him at all. So he has no rights to stop me from going anywhere in Sierra Leone. Another thing that angers me the most about this judge is the fact that he acts like a poor man when he has money. He's being a stingy judge. Instead of him spending money on his child, which I've given birth to for him, he's being stingy. He does not want to give the money that I want him to give for his daughter every month. He's acting very stingy, and that's one thing that I hate about that judge. My people, those that know Justice Mamoja Stevens, if you know him very well, tell him that if he doesn't stop this act of being stingy towards my child, towards my daughter, this fight between me and him is going to continue because he's meant to be spending money on his daughter. Nobody helped him when he was having sex with me. Nobody helped him in him putting his dick in my pussy. And now that I got pregnant and have a child with him, nobody's going to help him to take care of his child. All the financial bills and responsibility is going to be on his head single-handedly. He should spend his money. That money, my child is meant to chop his money. He's meant to eat his money. And if he dares try to be stingy towards me and my child, I'm going to be very, very mad with him. So I want him to spend money on my daughter. He's refusing to spend money on my child, does not want to take up his responsibility, does not want to finance the child. Even the money that he's giving for the child's upkeep is as tiny as what I can comprehend. A man that is so wealthy, he does not want to spend his money. He must spend his money. And that money for my child's upkeep, I must receive it. My child must benefit from the resources of Justice Mamoja Stevens. That is the reason why he impregnated me. If he didn't want all of this, he should not have had sex with me and impregnated me. He's an evil judge. A judge that takes advantage of women and girls, impregnates women and girls, and wants to run away from his responsibility, or wants to treat me like an ordinary woman or like one random lady. I'm not a random lady. I'm a lady that is knowledgeable and knows what she wants in life. And what I want is for Justice Momoja Stevens to spend money on my daughter, to spend his money on my daughter. My daughter must eat part of his wealth that he makes. This is what I want, and I really want him to do it. He should not be stingy towards spending the money that is meant to be spending on my daughter. If he thinks being stingy is the only thing that he's gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that this fight between me and him never ends until he gives me the money that I want him to be giving me every month for my daughter's support. Thank you so much for listening to me. And that judge is an evil judge. The fact that he's stopping me from going to that court.
All right, guys. So you've heard enough. All right. But this is Edwina Awajamiru and Justice Momoja Stevens. So I want to give you guys an update on this matter. So I actually tweeted this. It's on my Twitter page. I shared with, 2 days ago, I think on the 27th, on my Twitter page, I posted that I said, hey, yeah, this is the post right here that I posted on my Twitter page. Let's read this together. I said, in a civilized democracy, so I tweeted this on the 27th of September. In a civilized democracy, this judge should be suspended pending investigation. We will follow this case to the latter. Hopefully, the judiciary of Sierra Leone and Julius Maada will take disciplinary steps. Our young daughters should not be preyed on by men who should protect them. Sierra Leone has had too many cases of exploitation and abuse of women. These men are enjoying impunity. So I tweeted this 2 days ago, and I'm glad to inform you all that today the judiciary of Sierra Leone have actually put out a letter, and this is the letter that they put out, right? Let me fix this title here real quick. All right. So this is the letter that has been put out by the judiciary of Sierra Leone. So let us read this letter together real quick. So Freetown, Sierra Leone, yada yada da. Let me make it big on the screen for you guys. The attention of the judiciary of Sierra Leone to has been drawn to several media publications concerning the Honorable Justice Mohammed Momoja Stevens, Justice of the Court of Appeal, which has the tendency to adversely affect the reputation of the judiciary. In view of the above, it has pleased the Honorable Chief Justice of the Republic of Sierra Leone to send the said judge on administrative leave effective immediately. The said judge has been referred to the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, JLSC, for its consideration in such actions as it may deem appropriate. So that is beautiful. That is beautiful coming from the judiciary. I don't know the amount of pressure that a lot of you guys on TikTok, on Facebook, everybody posted about, talking about this. This girl, she's a grown up, she's an adult, at least 21 years old. But we know she's more like a daughter of this judge. If this judge has been engaging in such activities, which he has no business in, because I believe he has a wife, he has kids, he should have been a lot more protective of his reputation to ensure that he does not use and abuse a young woman as she is. She's of age, so it's not like she's being, like she's under the age, because of course that's pedophilia there. She's 21. Probably she said she started sleeping with this judge when she was 19 years old. So it's been going on all these years. And now, she became pregnant, she have a child, and she gave birth to a girl, and now the judge just wants to abandon her. And so she's taken a position, she's taken a stand. And that's the beauty of social media today. So this judge should be a lot more careful. And I believe moving forward, is going to be a lot more careful doing the things they do. But this is a phenomenon in Africa, not only Sierra Leone, but across Africa, where these, leaders should be the ones protecting these young girls, but they are the ones that are preying on these young girls. And when you look at what is actually happening in Africa, you look at the level of poverty, because they know a lot of these girls, their boyfriends who are their age mates, the 2021s, would not have what they need. And a lot of these girls, they are driven into materiality, right? They want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to have the best purse. They want to have a car. They want to live this life that is, way above them. They don't believe in, building with their own young boyfriends. So We should take advantage of opportunities like this to talk to the society, to talk to young girls who are 19, 20, 21. You have no business dealing with a man who's 5 years over your age. Stay with your young boyfriends. You guys build together. Advance yourself, improve yourself. I understand that the opportunities are very limited. Because these young girls, they go to school, sorry, they go to university, they get harassed the heck from professors. This is a pandemic. This is the kind of thing where if I become president today, day one, I'm going to declare a state of emergency on the harassment of young girls in that country. Believe it or not, if we catch you, an older man dealing with a younger child who's supposed to be your child, you're going to have some serious problems because we have to bring morality back to the society. There is no more morality. Everybody's just doing what they want to do. These leaders don't care. They could keep violating these young girls. They're not paying attention to their families and take care of them. They want to deal with these young girls. Everything, it's age. You had your time to deal with these young girls. Let them grow. Let them build their own families. Stay with your boyfriends, and vice versa. It goes for the young girls themselves. A lot of these young girls go check Sierra Leone today. I guarantee you, for every 10 girl that is the age of 19, every 10, 8 of those girls are dealing with men that are two times or twice their age, if not more. At least men that are way older than them. Why? Because of materiality, because of the level of poverty across the country. It is not an excuse for them to engage in these activities. But we understand that a lot of these girls, their parents cannot take care of them. They cannot provide what they need. They cannot provide what they want. So they end up going into the streets. And then they meet these guys, who are way, way older than them, abuse them, misuse them. And of course, the young guys, I feel so sorry for young guys in Africa because a lot of these girls that they're going to end up marrying one day, they've been around like just crazy. Their temple, their body has been destroyed with the amount of men they've slept with. Some of these girls have slept with before they even turned 25. They've probably gone around 100 to 200 men. Their value is completely off. They've had all kinds of abortions and stuff like that. So she's not a saint. But the fact of the matter is, a judge of the judiciary in Sierra Leone of that caliber should have known better. There are lots of women that are matured. Even if you want to engage in having girlfriend activities, there are lots of matured women that you can deal with, unmarried women that you can deal with. But instead of them dealing with matured women, they want to prey on these young girls. And now this judge is getting what he deserves. And every young girl should do this. And I want you guys to share this with them. Encourage them to come out and speak up about this. It is not like they're saints again. Nobody's going to go after you. Nobody's going to kill you. The other day, I was listening to an interview on TikTok, on YouTube, where a lady had an interview. I don't know if it's SLBC, but she was talking about Umu, the journalist in McKinney, who was fired because she gave her own personal take on the town hall meeting that Julius Marabio had. You remember that town hall where that lady was talking about the price of pepper and asking Julius Marabio why pepper for Diana the country? That. So Humu, because she reports for SLBC in McKinney, she had her own TikTok account and she went online and explained that they wouldn't even let the lady talk because all the security guards were coming around. She was fired from SLBC up until this day. She's currently in hiding in Ghana as well because she's fearful for her life, because she's been receiving death threats, because she was challenging the status quo. So the beautiful thing is that case has garnered some attention now. So they're currently working on that. But the Minister of Misinformation, Cherry Oba, they've all abandoned that lady. The president is aware of things like these because he knows exactly what is going on. That is another case too that is currently going on in Sierra Leone, where Umu's rights has been violated as a journalist and as a female. So sexual harassment is a pandemic in Sierra Leone. And like I said again, if I'm president day one, that is something I'm going to crack down on so bad, you wouldn't believe it. You would not believe some of the, what we do to some of these people that are taking advantage of women like this and disrespecting these girls in these workplaces, in schools, in their jobs. That is what they do whole day, harassing these girls. Come on, man, give them a break. Let them be who they are. Allow them to be themselves. And a lot of these guys are married. They have their wives at home. They have kids who are just as much as the same age as some of these girls they are harassing. So we have to put an end to this nonsense. Enough is enough in Sierra Leone. We have to engage. We have to make sure we send these messages loud and clear to these people. But these are the things that causes revolution in countries. But it's been a thing in Sierra Leone for so long, since we were growing up. It's been the same. Government after government, the same thing happened. Every government, these young girls are, meeting with these ministers, with these members of parliament, all of them, heads of parastatals, as long as they have the resources, businessmen, especially again, the Lebanese community, they are the other ones that are actually destroying the future of these young girls. You see a girl who's 21, from the age of 17, 16, 17, 18, they start harassing the life out of these girls. And we have to put an end to this. We have to say enough is enough. Enough is enough because it's too much for our people. And this harassment, sexual harassment, it's in schools, it's in universities. Sex for grades. These professors, these lecturers, that is what they do. They harass the living life out of these girls just for them to have grades. If you don't sleep with them, you would fail these courses. If you don't sleep with them, that's the end of your educational career. That is problematic, and it's happening across the country, and we have to put an end to it. So it's good that the judiciary took action and suspended this judge, and we're going to closely watch this because these guys have a thing of, because they want us to be quiet, they'll say, okay, we suspended the judge and we've referred the matter to the JLFC, Judicial Legal Service Commission. But then, a month or two later, we'll all forget about it, and then they bring him back in. This is a man that should never take that position anymore, because this girl, it's not like she's telling a lie. This judge has a responsibility, a fiduciary responsibility to protect the citizens of that nation, and he has done that girl wrong by impregnating her and not even taking care of the baby. And even though I heard, say, I think he's giving her some money, but she's not satisfied with the amount of money that, he's giving her. But who's to blame for that? It's him. He is the adult in this situation. This girl, her frontal cortex has not even developed yet, because until the age of 25 is when their frontal cortex develops. Because I guarantee you, this judge would have done this to like other females, other girls, probably in their mid 20s, or 30s. They would not even come out here to say stuff. But I guarantee you, this judge, there are probably 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 other women that he has dealt with in his lifetime that would have similar experiences. And this is a thing across Sierra Leone. A lot of these ministers, a lot of these heads of parastatals, they are the ones that are perpetrating this havoc on our young girls in that country. They're not allowing these girls to grow and allow themselves to be able to live a very peaceful and prosperous life. Everything is about sleeping with them, harassing the heck out of them. It has to end. Mothers and fathers, you have to take responsibility as well to ensure that you get involved in this. Civil society organizations, women organizations, where are the 50-50 women and all of that? You guys should do a lot more better job than that. The society has to be cleansed. No moral values in the country. The country is just loose. Enough is enough, guys. This sexual harassment, of women in Sierra Leone should come to an end. All right. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. Gustavo, thank you for sharing that. Like and share. And I don't know what this other brother was talking about. Really, asking me. Really, I don't know what was going on. But I just want you all to know that these are the situations that we're dealing with, and we as a people have to speak up and put an end to this nonsense. All right. Bye bye, everybody.